All right, welcome. Thank you guys for coming. My name is Hank Thomas, and this is the production team from Wandering Lights Production Co. Let's go around and introduce ourselves, guys. Caitlin, you want to start?
Yeah, I'm Caitlin. I am the production producer and the assistant director. So I kind of was in charge of organizing everything, like booking locations, sending out casting calls, communicating with the casting crew, all of that sort of like behind the scenes administrative stuff was kind of my area.
Yeah. Bridget?
Okay, hi, I'm Bridget. I don't remember what my title is, honestly. But I did a lot of the filming, and before production, I just honestly helped out with a lot of things, with the tech beforehand, with some costuming stuff, prop stuff. I think that about covers it.
Yeah, for sure. Riley?
Yeah, hi, my name is Riley White. I was a writer and I acted as Grover Underwood for the series. And also I did a little bit of camera work and was the boom operator.
Heck yeah.
All right, Kate.
Hi, I'm Kate Luke. I was the director, also co-wrote with Riley. And I also played Annabeth Chase. I think that's it. And that covers it.
That's right. My name is Hank Thomas. I'm going to be moderating these along with Caitlin going forward. I played Percy in this production, and we're just having so much fun in post right now. But we figured we'd put out a Q&A. We've had a lot of questions come in. So going forward, if you have questions about this production, please let us know. You can find us on Instagram at Wandering Lights Production Co. Or our website. The link will be included in this post, but it is wanderinglightsco.wixsite.com /website. So you can find us on both those platforms. And you can send us messages through there. We'd love to answer your questions. Let's see here. This Q&A series, we'll focus on a couple of different groups. This right now is our pre-production team, but we're also going to, visit. Caitlin and I'll talk with, the filming team, counselors, the Jackson, Ugliano clan, and many more groups involved in this production over the summer. So please send any questions that you have to us. So right now we're going to look at some behind the scenes. We've got some awesome questions from people online, a lot of our friends from over the summer. So let's get right to it. Let me see here. Let's start from Instagram. We've got Jason Walters, our friend and fellow actor, said, "Where did you get the idea for Bring On the Monsters?" Somebody want to tackle that?
I can start and we can all jump in. So I'm a huge Percy Jackson fan nerd. And I have slowly coerced all of my friends over the years to read them. I got Riley the books for Christmas the other year so that he would read them. And so kind of we were all sent home from college and we were home from school because of COVID. And I was talking to Caitlin and Bridget on FaceTime one night. And I was like, I've always wanted to do a PJO web series thing. I know it's been done before, but I feel like, I really want to do my own spin on it. And so then Caitlin was like, heck yeah. And that's kind of how it happened.
Yeah.
And then they me into it.
Yeah, Kate came to me with the idea to do it. And I was like, you know what? I think we could actually make this happen and make something really awesome. So yeah, then we kind of talked to Bridget and Riley and kind of dragged them into it. And as it went on, we got just so much more interest in casting and our friends that wanted to be involved. So it really kind of grew into the awesome thing that it became today. And yeah, it's been a really fun time.
Bridget, anything to add? You're shaking your head.
Just you guys say dragged in, and as soon as they pitched the idea, it was like 100% yes, let's get this started. Start meeting in a garage to separate from COVID when it was so cold out. And obviously so many Zoom meetings that quickly became like a weekly occurrence. So it was great.
That seems like a perfect, I think you might have just answered it, but one of our frequently asked questions is where did Wandering Lights come from? The name, the group? Give us a little backstory.
I can answer that one. So one day, Caitlin and Bridget, I believe, were trying to find my house. And they did this, I want to get the number right. They did this for about 3 hours. And so it became dark outside as they were trying to find my house in their car. So they had to turn their headlights on, and thus became Wandering Lights. And I guess that translated into becoming Wandering Lights Production Company. And they actually never found my house on their own. They had to call me, and then I got them to my house, and then I don't think I even saw them. So it was great.
In our defense, we called you a lot of times and you weren't answering.
Yeah, Riley was actually out of town when we were trying to find his house, but we didn't know that at the time. Yeah, we called multiple people to try and find his house, and we did eventually, but alas, he was not in town at the time. So we just
3 good hours on a school night
and then left. Yeah. But we just kind of came up with the production name kind of on the fly because we were like, we should probably call ourselves something, right? When we're communicating and like for our social media and everything. And yeah, I think it was Kate that pitched the idea based off the story, and we were like, yeah, that works, and we've stuck with it ever since.
That's awesome. So there you go. Wandering Lights comes from a group of friends without a GPS. So that's awesome.
It's also like one of our favorite pastimes, Caitlin and my senior year, is we just like would go driving at night and just like talk in the car, and like we'd get to an intersection and I'd go 1, 2, 3, and then everyone in the car either said right or left. And if we were in agreement, then we would go left or right. That also is kind of one of our adventures, like with trying to find Riley's house as well. So
I'm sure we almost hit a dog one time.
Oh, we definitely did. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of good memories in the car for our squad for sure.
Well, awesome. There. What's that?
Moving on.
We didn't hit the dog though. No dogs were harmed.
I said almost.
That's right. All right. Well, okay. So, why Bring on the Monsters? Where did the name come from? Where did the idea to do a Percy Jackson style shoot? Where did that all come from?
I don't know if you guys have heard of the fantastic The Lightning Thief musical, but it is incredible. It came out a couple years ago. And I want to say it's the finale song is called Bring on the Monsters. And the lyrics are like, bring on the monsters, bring on the real world. And they kind of took that lyric from a quote from the first book when Percy's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be a demigod. And so I was like, that just felt really natural, I think. We were debating like half-bloods and demigods and all different kind of things. But we were like, we're not just telling a story about demigods, we're telling a story about mortals and gods and satyrs and all sorts of creatures, and
yeah, I think we had pitched Bring on the Monsters for a cosplay shoot that we had done a year before we filmed in 2019 over the summer, and that ended up, we called that Half-Bloods on the Hill, but Bring on the Monsters was like kind of our runner-up name for that shoot. So when it came time to name this production Bring on the Monsters, just felt really natural. So there wasn't even any discussion about that. I think we all just like agreed that would be the name. So yeah, that's what we called it.
That's right. This began as just like a photo shoot. Is that correct?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did a
we were
cosplay
gonna
shoot.
start with photo shoot. Yeah. Go ahead, Bridget. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say the same thing. So we did a cosplay photo shoot with all our theater friends from high school one summer, and that kind of just got us on the path to like turn that into a full production. We did a few skits that summer too, which I think really helped like lead the idea that it'd be really fun to do an entire production.
Awesome. Well, let's go back to Instagram. Jaden underscore KJM wants to know about our favorite colors. There's a lot of eventually once we get a trailer out and things like that into the first episodes, colors and themes are a big idea. And especially in the Percy Jackson book. So Caitlin, start us off. What are our favorite colors?
My favorite color is purple. I go to Kansas State University, and our colors are purple and white. So I've always been a huge fan of purple even before I went to school here. But yeah, purple's my favorite color. Go Cats!
I saw that coming. I will continue on from that. My favorite color is green, like a sage green. Yep.
This is true. Bridget is frequently found in some sort of green color.
Not today.
Ever the outdoors woman, yes.
It's true. I'm wearing green today, so I took your green today.
That's right. I have like 4 green sweaters that I wore the last couple days, so I'm all good.
Yeah, my favorite color currently is blueberry blue, which is indigo for normal people. But I think that's gonna have to go up a couple shades of blue because the college that I'm going to be attending is an aquamarine kind of that color blue. So I don't know.
think that's down a few shades. I don't think that's up.
It's
How
up.
does that work?
Blueberry blue.
Aquamarine is lighter than blueberry blue, isn't
Yeah,
it?
isn't that
Wouldn't that
up?
be down shades?
If you're getting lighter, aren't you going up shades?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I'm not an art major.
Bridget learned how colors work.
Riley is attending Tufts University, correct? So
Yes.
we wish him all the luck. You had Dak there this fall, correct?
Yeah. It's still settling in, but yes.
All right, Kate, what's your favorite color?
Blue. I'm not picky. I love blue and green, but like I joke that blue is one of my personality traits because everything I own is blue, except of course what I'm wearing right now, because that's how it is.
All right. Well, thank you, Jaden. Just as a reminder, you can find us online at Wandering Life Production Co. .wixsite.com/website, or you can find us on Instagram at wanderingLifeProductionCo.com. That's where we're answering questions from. DM us. We'd love to answer your questions in this type of format. We're also going to be doing, this will be posted online, and a abridged version will be posted on Instagram TV, and a full version of this Q&A will be found on YouTube. And we will also be holding live Q&A/hangouts for our Patreons. So you can find a link to our Patreon site on our website. You can become a Patreon sponsor. So you can scroll down to the bottom. It says Patreon. We would so appreciate your support. Let's get back to some of these frequently asked questions. A lot of people are wondering, there was a lot of productions canceled over the summer and really through today, while we film this. How did COVID affect pre-production?
Well, I think I can start off with some pre-production stuff. We all live pretty close to each other, so it was really great. Once the weather got warm, we met outside on a deck spaced apart, which was bizarre because, COVID had just kind of very, very new at that point, and it was so weird, but it was great to be able to at least see each other and bounce off ideas there. And we just sat for a lot of hours and worked on our computers.
Yeah, I think like for me, I didn't realize how many people were going to be involved in this project until it kind of like got real that a lot of people were involved. So to me, I was like, COVID won't be a concern because it's just going to be all of our friends that we're already hanging out with. But yeah, we just tried to make sure that like everyone was safe on set, and we just tried to mask up when we weren't on camera. And we filmed a lot of stuff outside. Thankfully, we had the warm weather, so we filmed a lot of stuff outside to try and like keep the airflow circulating and stuff for people. And yeah, we were really thankful that so many people felt comfortable, like traveling to come be a part of the production, felt comfortable being a part of the production. And yeah, we had everyone like symptom track. We were checking temperatures and everything. So we tried to be really safe about it. And thankfully, we didn't have anyone test positive for COVID while we were filming. So we were really, really grateful and really lucky on that front.
Anything else to add to that, you guys?
Yeah, like I know it's like COVID has affected a lot of people, and I can't begin to know what everyone has felt. But this production wouldn't have been possible without some form of.
I mean, I think I see what you're trying to like. It was kind of the circumstances of COVID were unfortunate, but it was because we were all at home and we didn't have anything else going on over the summer. None of us had internships or other experiences going on that we were able to focus our attention and energy on the production. And I also think like it was just something fun for everyone to do. Like, everyone's kind of down in the dumps, being in quarantine, being at home. COVID is crazy, and a lot of people are, were suffering and terrible things were going on. So I think it was a nice distraction for all of us and for all of our cast members that came and were a part of it, to have kind of something to lift everyone's spirits. So we were really grateful. It came in, kind of a terrible time, but it really kind of was a blessing that it happened when it did, because it worked out really well.
Yeah, it was definitely a silver lining amidst, being sent home from first year of college and having, junior and senior year of high school kind of abruptly changed all of a sudden. So again, it's still going on and it's terrible, but it also brought a lot of good to our lives in some ways.
Yeah. I was just an actor on set, but I give these guys a lot of credit, especially, given this was, summer of 2020. So not only was COVID a factor, but the science behind COVID was constantly changing. I mean, when these guys started, we were still, debating whether it was more important to disinfect things or to wear a mask. And remember those crazy days about a year ago, and this team really worked with what we had, and following the most recent CDC guidelines. So I do give them a lot of credit. It was an amazing feat of strength to pull this off safely. So
yeah, when we first started, we were not sure we were going to actually have the production. I remember sitting in meetings back in like April and May, and being like, is this actually going to be able to happen? Is it like, how's COVID going to affect it? And we just went forward hoping that, we'd be able to film, and we were. So that was amazing.
Yeah, and we tried to keep our filming groups really small too. So even on our big days, we probably didn't have more than 30 people on set at a time. So that was another, we really tried to keep everyone separated and groups small. So yeah, that was another factor.
Definitely. Well, let us go back to a question from Instagram, one of our followers here. Let's see. Noah Scrindle asks, how many episodes are in the first series? Let's see here. We've also got people asking, what time is it going to come out? Thank you, Hannah, for your question. Those questions, though, I am going to refer you to our Instagram and our website. Go ahead and check those out. It's got all sorts of information on these guys and all the amazing work that they are doing, but it's also got that information, and we keep that updated. So go check us out online. and we will answer all of your questions there. Let's see here. Favorite part of pre-production? You guys got an inside track. You were here for the whole thing. So tell us about pre-production, what you loved about it.
That's kind of a hard question. I know we're all thinking. I just think it was such a crazy thing to have like this massive idea and end up planning down the details. It was so crazy. It's hard to explain this, but like to have this massive concept and then try to figure out locations and when people can be in town, when people can be with us, and then sorting that all out like a massive puzzle was quite fun. And then of course I love location scouting. That was my other favorite part of pre-production.
Yeah, I think my favorite part was just spending a lot of time with my best friends, like these 3 people sitting here, like my closest best friends. So we spent a lot of hours together. So it was just a lot of fun. There were a lot of crazy moments that happened, all sorts of like laughs and stuff that went on in the basement and on the porch. We were working on stuff. So it was a really good time. But it was also really cool to like kind of work with these guys in a more professional setting, I guess, and kind of experience like a side to each other that we'd never experienced before. So that was really cool. It was definitely a different dynamic to figure out, and it definitely wasn't perfect all the time, but it's been really cool to kind of like form a company with all of my best friends. It's been a really fun time.
Yeah, I think back to pre-production. I just have like so many like little like snapshot memories. Like I think there's one point we had like a socially distanced picnic in my front lawn. We were planning and brainstorming. There was another time where we all trying to work outside, but the sun was so bright, so we had like towels draped over us so that so the glare off the computer screen, like we could actually see what we were doing, but still like socially distanced. It was just a really great time, and I also loved from like I guess pre-production directorial standpoint, like getting to see all the pieces come together and be like, okay, how, like with Riley, like sitting down and like writing it and being like, okay, how are we going to write this to an adaptable, like something we could actually pull off, that's not super cheesy or overdone, something that like we could make happen and make look good. And then like, with Bridget going location scouting and then Caitlin was kind of, took care of like COVID and talking to locations that were not just like parks and things like that. So it was really cool having like all the moving pieces and like Bridget said, kind of like putting the puzzle together.
Yeah, my favorite part was kind of discovering the story as we were creating it. Because as Kate said, like I got the books. I'd never read the books before, just before planning this. So kind of learning about this world while trying to make it like our own was really interesting, and I really enjoyed getting to dive into it. It was really nice.
Yeah, it was also really heartwarming to see all of the interest that we got from auditioning and just like support on the t-shirt fund and stuff. Like so many people wrote such nice comments wanting to support us, which I did not expect at all. And I just was so honored and heartwarming to see like how many people wanted to support us and wanted to be a part of the project. So that was also like just a really awesome part of this, as well as just how many people have supported us through this is really amazing.
Riley brings up an interesting point. There's a couple of books that or a series of books that kind of represent your guys's demographic or age group, I guess. And so a question for myself would be, when did we know Riley started reading these recently and then became a writer like that, but when did the rest of you guys get to experience Percy Jackson in written form?
I read the remember. Oh, sorry, Caitlin, you can go.
Oh, I was just saying, I read the books in middle school. I think I started reading the first book in 6th grade, and it kind of continued on from there, reading the series. I do remember that I saw the movie first, so that was my my first experience with Percy Jackson. And of course, I was like, I don't know, 10 when I saw the movie. So of course, really liked it because every movie you see when you're 10 is great. So loved the movie. And so then I heard that there were books. So then I read the books as well. And the books, of course, far exceed the movie. So it was good read.
Yeah, so I've always been a really avid reader. So I think I read the books, at least like the first series by Rick, sometime early middle school, probably around like 6th or 7th grade. And then I definitely was rereading them my freshman year high school and reading the other series. Yeah, I think that's correct.
One of the most popular questions asked of this team is, you know, it started as a group of friends, right? But it turned into this big production. How many people auditioned?
Oh my gosh, so many. We probably had hundreds of auditions come in from so many like different types of people. We had people who were just fans of the book and part of the fandom and wanted to be part of it. We had like actors who had never read the series before that wanted to be a part of it. So it was crazy. We got auditions from all over the country and even all over the world. We had auditions from Australia and the UK, which was just absolutely wild. We were so honored by how much interest there was. And even though we couldn't cast everyone, we were really honored with how many people just were excited and wanted to be part of it.
There, we've got several questions from young filmmakers on Instagram. So, you can make a production. This started off as a group of friends doing a photo shoot, and they set their sights higher, and it's possible. So thank you for sticking with us. This did turn into a big production, so it inevitably entitled you to a little bit of stress. So some of our followers want to know, what was the most stressful part?
For me, it was the days where we were at where we filmed Camp Half-Blood scenes. We got a camp called Camp Jameson, and those days were from usually around 7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
And that was just filming too. That wasn't even like before and after time.
Yeah, that was just filming, and that took a toll on me, at least that I know for sure. I'm sure everybody else, it took an equal toll. But it was fun, but it was very stressful.
Yeah, as far as pre-production's concerned, I know I get a little stressed out thinking about like all the stuff that we had to plan at the beginning. I just kind of like let go of that and be like one thing at a time here. And then like Riley was saying with filming, that was absolutely insane. Like I would be getting back to my house at like midnight and then getting up the next morning at like 5 to go get ready for filming the next day. It was absolutely insane.
I want to interject and just give a little compliment and shout out to Caitlin. We'll get more about like filming in later Q&As, but Caitlin's job was a lot of pre-production. Not that she wasn't doing a ton during filming, but the big bulk of like all of her really stressful stuff happened prior to production even starting. And she did an excellent job. Like she was our like COVID girl in terms of like, making sure we had our temperature checks and our forms and like all of that stuff and organizing people, scheduling. So I don't want to speak for her, but I just like wanted to give a little shout out because she did so much behind the scenes before we even had the cameras rolling.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that really means a lot. I definitely did a lot more of the organization and production stuff. Communicating with people was a huge stressor. I mean, scheduling and coordinating that many people's schedules is difficult, and we were working with different time zones in some cases for like coordinating Zoom calls and stuff like that. So yeah, that was definitely a stressful part of pre-production for me. But I think the whole, like, this was a big project, and I don't think any of us really realized how big it was going to be until it actually was. And yeah, we just had a lot of time crunches going on with just like getting ready with props and costumes, and like Bridget and Riley mentioned, the really long days of filming. We filmed the entire thing in a 2-week period, which also was a lot. And like, I don't think we didn't quite realize this is our first film production, so we didn't quite realize how intense 2 weeks of 12-hour days of straight filming was going to be on everyone, on the crew, on the principal cast, on our 3 leads. I mean, that was a lot of line memorizing to do in a short amount of time, and not to mention that 2/3 of our leads were also heavily involved in the pre-production and behind the scenes stuff going on too. So yeah, I think it was, the time crunch for me was the most stressful part, of just having so much to do in such a little amount of time. But we made it work somehow. We made it out alive on the other end. So it all worked out.
That's right. We, I don't want to speak for the production team, but this, production of, so many episodes running, a particular length. I don't have the times on that, but that's a lot of screen time that filmed in 14 or 15 days. So the amount of front loading of the work on the pre-production team was essential to the success, because once people like me showed up, it ran really smoothly. So you guys are amazing, and that is what this is for, because pre-production is where it happens. So let's see here. We have another question from Instagram from @l.holliner. Asks, how old are you guys? You're doing the work of producers and filmmakers. Does somebody wants to, Bridget, you want to start here?
Okay, I'm the baby of the group. I'm still 17 for a few more months here. There's nothing else to say.
Yeah, I'm the next youngest. I just turned 18 like a month ago, but I'm still too young to be doing this.
Me and Kate are 19. We both turned 20 in March. So yeah, we're both sophomores in college, and then Bridget and Riley are finishing up their senior year in high school this year.
Yeah, so I was just thinking about what Bridget said. So Bridget, you were still 16 when we started pre-production stuff, and yeah, you guys are heading into your senior year. We were just finishing.
We're in our senior year.
I know, but it's crazy to think about. Like, you were starting your senior year, you're about to start, and then insane. Yeah. Also, funny story, maybe Hank wants to tell it. But he thought we were all like actual adults, as I'm sure many people did when we were faceless casters online. And so he thought I was like a 40-year-old woman. And so he started calling me Mrs. Luke, which he still calls me to this day, just to annoy me.
Yeah, we got a lot of Miss Pfeiffers and Miss Lukes when we were communicating with people, which appreciate the respect, but we were also like, we don't have any idea what we're doing. You should not call us that. We are not professionals.
So Elle, I don't know if you're a young filmmaker or not, but here's a group of young people with a camera and a free summer. So get out there, take some pictures, scout some locations. Bridget will tell you to bring sandals, and shoot a film. You can only have fun. So Bridget was 16, and we've got 2 approaching 20 now. So it is a lot of fun. It's work that you can do. So thank you for leaving that question, Elle. I think that is all of the questions we've got from Instagram for the time being for this group. Like I said at the beginning, we're going to do all sorts of Q&As. We're going to do some stuff on Patreon, but look forward to, you know, some Q&As with the actors who played Annabeth, who played Grover, myself, who played Percy. You know, we'll be talking with the parents, the Jackson Ugliano clan, you know, the filming team, the counselors, and many more. So tune in, stay connected. We'd love to hear from you. wanderinglightsco.wixsite.com/website is how you can find us online. You can also find us on Instagram at Wandering Lights Production Co. Again, please keep sending us those questions. We'd love to hear from you guys. Any closing words, you guys?
I just want to thank Hank for being our awesome moderator. He also is a freshman. He's a freshman in college. So he's pretty young to be doing all this stuff as well. So just a little shout out for all the work that he's doing for us still, and he did for the production. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, thanks everyone for supporting us online. And it just means a lot that we have so many people that are excited to see what we have to put out. So thank everyone.
All right. Again, we are Wandering Lights Production Co. on Instagram. We will see you next time. Bring on the monsters. Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys so much for watching our very first Q&A. We had such a fun time filming it and answering all of your guys' questions. We just want to give a huge thank you and shout out to everyone who asked a question on Instagram. We so enjoyed hearing from you guys and hearing what you guys wanted to know about us. If you liked this Q&A, we're going to be having a bunch more come out in the next few weeks. We're going to be talking to our film crew, our post-production crew, as well as a bunch of our actors who will be coming back to join us. So be sure to stay tuned for those. We'll be releasing posts on Instagram asking you guys for questions for those Q&As coming up. So be sure to stay tuned into our feed over on Instagram. If you liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this that will be coming out on our channel. If you want more content from Wandering Lights, then be sure to check out our Patreon. The link for that is in the description below. We're going to be doing all sorts of fun stuff over there, like live Q&As and hangout sessions so that you guys can get to know us. We'll be doing giveaways and free printables and all sorts of fun stuff over there, so be sure to check out our Patreon. Link is in the description below. We also had a website just drop in the last few weeks, and that website contains all sorts of information about our company, our team, and our upcoming productions, as well as ways that you guys can support us. So the link for that is in the description below as well. We just want to give a huge thank you to everyone that has supported us throughout this production, whether that's financially or just watching our content and interacting with us online. We so appreciate all of you guys and all of the Percy Jackson fans that have been supporting us through this journey. So we hope you guys enjoyed our very first Q&A, and we'll see you guys next time.
Are we ever gonna once have it easy? Nope. Feeling ready,
Feeling stoked,
feeling queasy.
we could fail, but we have to try.
Don't feel bad, cause we're usually about to die. Bring on the monsters, bring on the monsters.